It's going to be a hot take. Lots of people are going to hate me for that one, but that's my opinion. Yes. So culture is always something that's not like defined or prescribed by someone. It's just something that happens to be. So I think a lot of like nerds like myself, I don't know, just feel really comfortable in a hoodie, especially in winter, and you feel no need to kind of up your outward appearance. It's more about like what you do and like what you produce. So that's probably like the story behind the hoodie culture, like, I guess. Oh wow, that's a really, really difficult one. My least favorite, easily, is Apple iPhone. Or maybe just the iStore in general. I think Apple is just like, they charge disgusting amounts for their products, and I don't think they're that amazing. However, my favorite is probably the MacBook, which doesn't make any sense. I love my MacBook and I think it's a really, really great work laptop and machine, but I think the iPhone is trash, and that's going to be a hot take. Lots of people are going to hate me for that one, but that's my opinion. Okay, first one would be a text transformer model like ChatGPT or something, because I can pretty much ask it any Bear Grylls question and it'll like give me instructions on how to survive. So I think that's like a little handbook. Another piece of technology that I would take is a Leatherman. Man, you got to take a Leatherman. I don't know if it classifies as tech in this question, but Leatherman, super useful, knife, all the tools that come with it. And third piece of technology, satellite communications. So you can ask for help, obviously. I think that's definitely true depending on how you use it. And I think the big thing is that people right now are not using ChatGPT correctly, in my personal view. ChatGPT is like a calculator. When we invented the calculator, it was like, oh wow, we don't need the human element to adding numbers anymore, right? We can just get an answer, which is really great. However, important things to note is that ChatGPT is not a truth machine. So that's the one big debate. Everyone's like, oh, but it's spitting out lies. It's like, well, its intention isn't to give you the truth. Its intention is to guess the next word and produce a sentence that looks like legitimate. So it's going to be an incredibly powerful tool for lawyers, for coders, for copywriters, every job where you'd maybe spend an hour going on the internet, copying and pasting pieces from different places and compiling into one. Now it does that process for you in just a shorter amount of time. You still absolutely need a human to read through that, make sure that it makes logical sense. ChatGPT has no concept of logic, right? So it's not going to replace jobs, it's not going to replace people, it's not a logic machine. It can just help us get boilerplates out a lot quicker and get sort of a seed for our ideas and for us to build things. So I think we'll see an adjustment very soon, right? Like all of these long wordy emails will probably all be generated by AI, and at some point humans will then adjust and we will prefer maybe shorter, more human messages, even in a professional setting. Like, you know, someone might say, hey, do you want like to work with us on this contract? And you'll go, please no. And I'll be like, great, you know, at least I know I was speaking to a human. So yeah. Cool, so I'm gonna be super biased in this one, I have to be. Definitely choose Momint. It's the #1 Web3 platform in Africa right now. How do you make money from NFTs step by step? Well, you go and look through a couple of projects. So that's the typical terminology in the Web3 world. You say this is a project. So a project would have NFTs, and all the projects on Momint, or most of the projects on Momint, relate to a real physical asset or installation or legal contracts, right? So they're real things. And just like any investment, you sort of evaluate the project and make a decision. And then you purchase it either for the returns that it'll make you over time, or you purchase it because you believe it'll go up in value, and then you resell it on the secondary market to somebody else. So you said step by step. Step 1, create an account. Step 2, find a project that you like or believe has value. Step 3, buy it. Step 4, relist your token for sale at a higher price than what you bought it for. Done. What tech do I wish was invented? Yeah. Absolutely, hoverboards, hover cars, hover everything. I think traffic is a nightmare that we all hate. I literally live as close as possible to work so that I can just walk to work. Like, I don't want to deal with traffic or sit in traffic. And the world would just be so much cooler if we could like break out of the 2D road space and have like a 3-dimensional traffic system. I think that would be amazing, and it would revolutionize travel. I'm joining because it's the who's who, the what's what. Like, this is the event to make the right sort of connections, to see what's happening in industry. I think it's one of those conferences that always goes out of its way to make sure that it brings a diverse set of opinions and a diverse set of individuals from all of the industry leaders, from small startups to massive corporates, and you get to see the difference between those and the alignment between them, and where innovation is happening. So I think it's always like ground zero for a lot of those initiatives. See you there. Looking forward to Africa Tech Week, 2nd to the 4th of May.